Myron Gaines crashes out on another one. Is he crazy? Or was he accurate? Let's talk about it.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
I talk with a lot of young people, and I know one of their biggest concerns while dating somebody is their body count. Can we go down the line and say how many bodies is 2 bodies for me to want to date the opposite sex? Or
I feel
whoever my
like when
partner
you
would
get
be?
over
Could
a
we
certain
stump it?
age, it doesn't matter because that's what you think about.
Okay, so no cap.
I'm almost 40 years old. If you're worried about how many people your partner slept with, you're insecure.
No cap.
Yeah,
The production team's gonna have a lot of
I don't
bleeping
really
to do.
care how many people somebody has slept with. What I care about is, what's inside and how they treat me.
Yeah.
So I mean,
realistically, if your partner or somebody who you were interested in slept with, ridiculous.
obviously, if somebody slept with 1,000 guys, I'd have a lot of questions for her.
Okay.
That would be a little.
What is it
But
feel
you'd
like?
still be open
But
to
for the
pursuing.
most part, in a general term, if I met somebody that went through times in her life, like the female version of Wilt Chamberlain, for example,
Oh,
I don't know if that's the exact same thing.
but obviously I would have questions. But what I'm trying to say is it's not the end all be all for me.
Okay.
That
He could be fair about that. I beg to differ. I think he's trying to speak to a specific group of people. Y'all be too worried about appeasing the audience, like, so that they continue to support you. You conform to their ideas, reinforcing their own iniquities and stuff like that. So they feel better when they can find people to cushion the responsibilities or lack thereof. I see where this is about to go.
makes sense.
Oh, okay.
I think for me, it's about inconsistency. So, like I said, the guy I'm with right now, he was my first body, but up until then, I'd meet a lot of guys who would fetishize that I'm a virgin. I think it's
All right.
okay. And for me, if a guy has a
It
super
doesn't
high
matter.
body count, but they want a girl who's a
Promise
virgin
it
or has a low body
If y'all don't know who she is, I covered her a couple times. She's one of them folks that tries to bash you for one thing, but she's also at the same time trying to advertise and promote her lifestyle by demonizing the morals and standards of men. So while she's telling you, oh, something's weird about a person who cares about how many people you slept with, she's also saying, well, I'm a rare commodity. You should come watch me. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Why is that a red flag? Why would I want to be with a girl that's a
because I think
That's
if
a
you're
red flag.
I think if your reason, I think a valid reason for wanting someone with a low body count is pair bonding, and that applies for both sexes. So if both of them have a higher body count or one of them does, that's going to disaffect pair bonding. So I would say that guy doesn't have a valid reason.
Bonding, that's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, that is.
They don't have to
retarded.
believe in it,
Dumbest.
but I'm just saying if that's his belief, like he's a Christian or he's religious, and so he also keeps a low body count, then for me that's a more valid request or standard.
I am so glad I don't live in your guys' universe. My wife and I have known each other for over 20 years,
Yeah.
and
Wait.
this never was a thing.
Tim, you don't watch any porn.
How
Come on.
long have you been in your wife been
It's a
together
weird
for?
question.
So we've known each other about 20 years. We dated around the time we first met, and then we had kind of like a, I don't know, like a millennial on-off thing for the whole time. And then
So this is a weird. It's even a weird concept, I think, because for me, like, who gives a? I don't even. I'm almost 40 years old. You know what I mean? I'm a high value woman, Myron. But it doesn't.
Are you
it
married?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm married. No,
Yeah.
because you guys are all. Shut up, dude.
No.
You're
No.
Shut up.
No, you're
No one's. Shut up, dude.
a
Shut-
40-year-old.
Ladies, let's put this on the table. He disagreed with her, right? We all disagree with some stuff that we don't like to hear, right? in this type of setting, if you call yourself, first of all, a lady, telling grown men to shut up is not ladylike, especially if he didn't tell you to shut up. Myron didn't tell you to be quiet. He didn't say hush your face. He didn't call you out your name. But it seemed like in a lot of examples, when these type of arguments happen, women tend to be the ones that become rude and obnoxious just because you don't like something that a person says. You can disagree without the name calling. 40, not married, is not, or does not mean that you're high value. It doesn't. Why aren't you married? What's the problem? What makes you that? Let me know. Give me an example of what makes you that. Because it's not the money. Okay.
Man, saying she's high value. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
You know what?
40 years old and two.
Sorry,
Holy.
I don't listen to the way that Muslims think about anything, so shut up.
You need the guidance.
No, I think you need the guidance.
You need to stop eating pigs.
I'm on her side.
You clearly eat too much ham.
Wait. Was there,
You eat way
was
too
there
much
a
ham.
question for me or something?
A question? No.
No, you're saying. No, but we
It's
were
not
talking
body
about.
I would not be with a girl if she's banging.
just saying,
if it's more than two hands.
All right, let me
like
take
more
this.
than
Let me
two
take this. This
hands.
is my. Let me.
Seriously, I mean, yeah.
More than 2 bodies is no good for you?
No, more than 10. Like
More than
if
10.
Yeah. Now,
over double
here's the
this,
thing.
no
Like,
way.
this is a personal thing with each guy, right? So they all have their number, and that's fine. But what I will say is that most guys are going to have problems with women that have a very promiscuous past. That's just the reality. It's a biological reality.
No, it's not.
So,
What about men? How about women
No,
that have a
it's
problem with
not.
men? It could go both ways, can't
You
it?
know it's not. And
Well,
here's
they
the
don't
problem.
because we
No,
asked them to,
no.
and they said that it was uncapped, right? So
Some women don't want to be with men.
Well,
that
there
are,
is double standard though, where a guy that
Yes.
has a lot of sex is valuable, and a woman
a
that has
man
a lot
that
of
can
sex.
have a lot of
Key
sex.
analogy,
Here's the
Myron.
thing.
oh, that's called
A man,
misogynistic.
the analogy is, a key that opens many locks is a master key versus a lock that
Oh,
opens any
God.
key is a shitty lock. But the reality is that if a man has a lot of sexual partners, he's doing something right because it's not easy for men to get sexual access. But if a woman has, hold on, let me finish. But if a woman has a lot of sexual partners, she's definitely doing something wrong because the reality is men must create their value to get sexual access versus women need to preserve their value because as soon as they turn 18, they can get any guy that they want.
The problem here is, and I keep saying it, women want to be treated like men. You want to be able to go out here and have multiple penises inserted inside of you as if you are a guy. You use phrases like, you ran through him. You don't run through nothing. You get ran through. It's impossible for you to run through anything. You allowing someone to enter inside of your body is a form of submission, period. Double standards are real. They exist for a reason. You cannot do what men do. I will say this too. It's dirty on both sides. It is. As far as being out here in the street, just sleeping around with people. I will concede to that, but we don't get judged the same for it. The things that you are attracted to in men aren't the same. We see you being with a whole bunch of people, we don't trust you. We automatically assume that you will lie about paternity and you will lie about fidelity. You will lie about every single thing when it comes to being intimate or locked in with one person because you don't have the discipline to keep your legs closed. We already know you automatically going to get hit on by 80 different dudes a day. Doesn't happen that often with guys. Unless it's that one particular dude who's usually the most picked out of the group. You know this though. Stop pretending like you don't.
And so if they go ahead and gamble it away and spend their, youth and time being it's going to hurt them later on. That's literally the basis as to why we were talking about before her OnlyFans shit is going to Despite the fact that she's saying I'm a virgin or whatever, the fact that she does sex work in general does inherently lower her value because men look for purity. It's one of the most important things we look for when looking for a mate.
Yeah,
now, if you guys don't want to understand biology, that's the reality.
Yeah.
Yes, it's because
there are rich, ugly guys.
And the reason why you just mentioned a child, that's the primary reason. We must ensure paternity. And before the advent of paternity tests, we had to kind of take the woman's word. So the reason why guys have a vested interest in a woman not being a is because if she's not, we know the child's ours.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
girls can
self-defense
say the
mechanism.
same thing in reverse, where they don't want a guy with a lot of sexual partners because that's going to divert his resources away from her. So you can make the Evo Psych argument in
feel that
reverse.
way?
And, yeah.
Oh, because
Was your boyfriend a virgin?
I'm not talking about his sexual history. I'm not going to talk about his sexual history, but I will say prior to him,
a lot of
my
chicks,
exes-
hasn't he?
all my exes before him were Christian conservatives. They all kept low body counts. A lot of them were also valuing waiting till marriage.
Okay,
whatever.
here's
so I
the
will say
difference.
that. So I'm just saying
This
it's
is
fine
the
to have that
ridiculousness of
standard.
female.
I'm just saying
It
if
is
you're
a
gonna,
double standard. That's the way it
yeah.
should be.
I'm saying
Men
girls
live life
don't
on hard
actually
mode.
want
Women live life on
promiscuous
easy
guys.
mode.
Girls
This
should.
is why.
Okay.
Grifting upload. Grifting upload. Do I have to pull up videos? I'm gonna have to do a whole episode of women saying they don't want no nigga who is unexperienced. They want you to know how to have sex. They want you to know how to use your body parts. They want you to know how to take control in the bedroom. They want you to know how to touch them. They want you to already know how to do what is necessary to get them where they need to go. They do not want somebody who is inexperienced. She's lying to y'all. On top of that, a woman wants your money. She can get herself off if it come down to it. She doesn't want the dude giving the money away. Nah, of course, most women don't want you to cheat. I don't think anybody wants to get cheated on. But come on. Stop it. She's trying to pander to a group of men and women. That's all it is. That's all she does. Matter of fact, I have a question. What is it that disqualifies a man from being sexually compatible with women who have a low body count or a high body count versus a man with a high or low body count?
Women literally
Girls
live life
don't
on
want
easy
guys. Oh
mode when it comes to sexual access. I find it interesting that you mentioned, oh, I was a virgin. Why did you lead with that? Because you understand that your value as a partner is intrinsically tied to your body count.
Yeah.
That's why you mentioned it.
No,
Now,
because you brought up my boyfriend being
here's
and
the
I'm saying
thing.
the definition of someone who watches their girlfriend get other
But
men.
again,
I'm saying by your
but
definition,
that's
he's
the
obviously
point.
not a. If he's one of my V cards, you dumbass. That's not why I led with it.
Hold on.
Second of all,
hold on, woman. Hold
women
on.
do often
See,
care
this
about
is
a
why
guy's
bro,
promiscuity.
why is she still
Women
talking?
do care about
Why is
guys'
she still
promiscuity.
talking?
They suck it up most of the time
Here's
because,
the
like
thing.
the reason I said, you can make the Evo Psych
Your body
argument in both
count,
ways.
your body count mattered way more to him than his body count matters to you, because women understand, hey, guys are going to have a body count. It is what it is. If anything, men with higher body counts tend to be attractive because they have social proof, they demonstrate higher value, and they're able to be attractive to other women. Versus on your totem pole, you care more about his status, how he looks, what he does. He's caring about, okay, is this chick a virgin? You literally said,
No.
I gave him my virginity. What does that imply?
It's funny because outside this red pill world, most guys find it like they find it weird if a girl at my age is a virgin. Like I lost it at 26. Outside of the red pill,
Fellas, come on. Is she telling the truth? Do you agree with that? Yeah, she's full of it. She's full of shit. Period. She knows how to do a lot of word salad. Don't no guy really want somebody who has had a million different inside of her, man. Stop that. Who are you speaking on? them dudes who lie to you on a regular basis and they programmed you to believe that all men work like that. That's really what this come down to. A lot of y'all y'all think that way because you've never really been told the truth.
Virgin and like 50+ bodies that a lot of like men.
I
are
guess my
struggling to
point
find
is like
women who
most
that-
guys I speak to.
They'll find it weird, but they
It's not
won't.
about virginity
They'll
in
find
terms
it
of
weird, but they're
chastity.
not
It's
gonna
about
leave
not
the
wanting
girl
to
for
just
it.
get pressured
of all-
into sexual experiences just because society says you have to, just because they're like, oh, well, you're an OnlyFans, so you might as
I
well
would-
let it go. I don't subscribe to
All
that.
right,
I can
is
do
there-
it if
you
I
guys
want
a
to.
Is there an amount of
Can I-
money you
No
could
questions.
make that would retire
Everyone's
you
yelling
from
over
your
each
sex
other.
work?
If so, I've already made it. So no, I'm
Can
going
I
no.
ask
to
you
going
a
for a
question,
while.
sir? I'm
Sure.
sorry, what was your name again?
A lot.
Would you rather be allowed?
All right,
Shout out to the
I-
boys.
Did he say Benjamin Netanyahu? I didn't hear what he just
A
said.
lot,
Would you
Eliana.
rather be with a woman who treats you like shit, who doesn't do anything for you, who's terrible in bed, but has only been with 1 or 2 men in her life? Or would you rather be with someone who has been with 1,000 men, but treats you fantastic, respects you, doesn't cheat on you, and is a loving person?
Or
What would you rather have?
You know,
Answer that question.
a loving
I feel
person.
like
That's not
frankly
even a
neither.
good
That's-
comparison.
Let him
That's-
answer.
This is your-
Oh,
Let me
let him answer.
I would say neither. I'd say neither.
Okay, so you can't
you say
choose
both?
between the two? You're telling me you'd rather have somebody that treats you like shit,
Because-
maybe,
and
than
I'm-
someone
All
who
right,
slept
so
with
let me take this. Let me take this. See, here's the thing. I would take the girl that's 1 or 2 bodies, and I'll tell you why.
that treats you like crap.
Well, here's the
Really?
thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
As a man,
insane.
your job. Let me explain. As a man, your job is to turn your woman into basically your follower. She's your assistant. Your job is to make her be useful
That's
to
the way a
you.
misogynist
You got to
is.
come in and train her. Okay, so
misogyny.
let me.
There go that word again. Myron might not say it the way that you would like him to say it, but he's not lying. What he's getting at is when you're in a relationship with somebody, if you're the leader or the one that the woman trusts to take care of certain aspects in this pairing, then you're going to have to learn how to create that ebb and flow, a responsibility that falls more or less on him versus her, but there has to be cohesion. Y'all keep using this word in the wrong ways, man. Really, like, you got to stop that. Nothing he said was hatred.
It's misogyny.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain
It
to
is.
me, why do women want a guy that's taller, makes more money?
Not
has
every
more
woman
status,
wants that.
dominant,
No,
assertive?
and in
The
fact, a lot of them don't.
The majority
No,
of
they
women
don't.
Well,
overwhelmingly
the majority do.
look for
They don't.
They want a
status.
short broke guy. That's what they look for in a
Like
man.
the majority of women,
Myron, you're tall, you're
overwhelmingly-
single.
Hold on. The overwhelming majority of women wants a guy that's taller, stronger,
You don't
more
speak for
competent,
women, dude.
and is a leader.
Oh, wait.
That's the
Hold on.
truth. It's
That's
biology.
a fact. We're not.
That's a fact.
No, it's really
It's a
not.
fact. It's a literal fact.
Every woman has
It's not a
different-
fact for you because you're old now. But the
Yeah.
reality is, you don't have the same ability to command a higher status guy. That's why you got to
Right.
call yourself
Oh,
a high
yeah,
value
you're
woman.
right.
Well, just,
So,
to be fair,
a high value
there's-
woman is a woman that can get a high
Right.
value guy to lock her in and take his last name.
Right.
So ridiculous.
Women
You
get
guys
their
don't
value
really believe
from the
this
men
shit,
that they're
do
with.
you?
Men get their value based on what they provide to society. We are not the same, okay?
Right.
Men are evaluated completely differently than women are.
Ladies and
Don't let
gentlemen,
these over
Myron is
here
so
try to
popular on
change her
social
mind.
media.
Yes,
he says
because
the
I
most
tell the truth.
ridiculous. No,
This
you
is-
don't. No, you don't.
Elizabeth,
This is
Elizabeth, where's Elizabeth? Is Elizabeth here?
Misogynist.
we got
Everybody got
misogynist.
you guys want to be
White House
attracted.
supporter.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Hold on one second. Hold on.
You stop listening to
There's
Muslim
reason.
ideologies.
Hold
That's
on,
exactly where you're
Yeah.
There's
coming
a reason.
Mr. Sharia
There's a
law.
reason.
Yeah, Sharia law is
There-
exactly what it
there-
is, dude.
you-
Women only want
you
tall
need a
guys
diet
with
law.
money.
Anyway,
Oh, shut up,
there's
dude.
a reason.
Fucking hairpiece.
There's a reason guys like me and
Oh,
Andrew
right.
Tate, et cetera,
Yeah,
blew up,
right.
because we're saying what all men are thinking.
Oh, right.
We don't want annoying,
Yeah.
crass women
Right.
like
From the
this
single guy.
trying to tell us what it is.
Right.
We know what we're attracted to, and these on the left try to tell you guys,
Right.
no, you should want a woman that's
Right,
you
listen
should
to
want a
him.
girl.
Never
He's
said
doing
that.
well.
Never said that.
Like,
Never
no,
said
thank
that.
you. We don't
Never
want
said that.
All right, we got
Apparently,
someone.
women don't
we don't
want
want
you.
that.
You're
We got-
single.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we got someone up here. Who
All
it
right,
is?
Elizabeth, you
Yeah.
asked a question, but give us your opinion on the question.
So I will say this, one of the biggest problems we have in our society right now is testosterone.
Right.
Yes.
That clear.
Encourage
That,
the men in here. If you
It
have
is,
not
yeah.
had your testosterone levels checked, you should.
yeah, Myron.
And the
take
problem
note.
is that as women, as men are
You're a
losing
circle.
testosterone.
You're literally a
Come on,
circle.
hold on.
Oh, Myron,
What?
you're
After
you know
Roast
I
Myron,
love
we
you,
can, dude.
and I support everything you say and do. I'm.
So you believe women are second-class citizens?
Let her finish.
Yeah, my problem
Okay, well,
is
that's
that
absurd.
men are not stepping up. Their testosterone levels are low, like Brian.
All right, come on down.
Right?
Come on down here real quick.
I have-
Come up. Come up.
Yeah.
Come on. No, walk up here. You come on. Like,
this way.
Listen to the words I'm saying. Walk up here. God. It's like
She said, did she say my testosterone levels were low?
Sit there.
She did.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be happy to
Sorry
tell
to
you that
say,
I
dude.
actually saw a doctor 6 months ago, and I had some blood work done, and they were actually too high. Did
And
you
you
know
found out
that
you're
bald
gay.
men have an
The
average?
fact that you feel
Tim
like
knows a
you
little bit
have
about
to
that.
justify yourself
Tim knows
tells
a
me
little
you
bit
have a
about that.
testosterone problem.
More testosterone, yeah.
Okay.
Do I have low testosterone because I don't think people like you are
No,
second-class
because
citizens?
all of us
like this
had to
bigot
be
fool over here.
subject to you hitting on Myron this whole
That's
time.
what
It
it
was
is. I'm
really
hitting on him.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's what it is.
Thank you. It's weird.
Boom
Really
roasted.
odd.
That's what it is.
It's
Yeah,
We're
you're
actually harassed by this leprechaun.
Yeah. That's what it is. I'm hitting a bigoted fool. Like
But Brian,
Myron.
does
Great
that make
point.
your
That's
brain-
why I have low testosterone.
Bro, it's
Great
literally
point.
the Lucky Charms for
Great
real.
point.
But Brian,
I
can you
have more luck with
comprehend
women
that?
than you do, apparently.
But real quick, Brian, is it really that hard for you to comprehend that she has this opinion as a woman? I mean,
As a woman, to make an assumption about somebody because
It's not an
hold on, let me
assumption.
finish. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me
Let her
finish.
answer. Let her answer.
It's not
As
an
a
assumption.
woman, excuse me, you're not a doctor. You have no medical degree, so be quiet and let me finish.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Now he sounds like Myron.
Maybe this is making you
Myron,
feel like a
Myron,
man.
finish.
That's okay.
For you to
Anything you need to feel like a
be quiet
man.
and let me finish.
You got to say
Okay?
men are speaking
Please.
now.
For you to make an assumption about somebody, whether it be anything.
I was talking
can
in
I just
general. You
talk
took
for
it
5
personally.
seconds without
I just said you were being.
I'll be honest, you might have a lot more
That's
testosterone.
no
Myron's like, I
assumption.
totally
You
get
were being.
I agree. You have a lot of testosterone. But anyway, let me just
let him
make.
finish,
Can I
let him
talk for
finish.
5 seconds without being interrupted
Yes.
by you?
Go
Look like
right ahead.
By the
sir.
way, what is up with that? Forget it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, listen.
Oh, here we go.
For you to make an assumption about somebody and their testosterone because you might not like a
Did I say,
political
Brian,
opinion.
you have a testosterone
Yes,
problem?
you said it right over there.
I said
You said I have low
I said-
testosterone.
Yeah, she did. We all heard it. You can't backtrack on that one. You up there now, you gotta stand on it. Keep the same energy, man. I do agree that dude kind of come off real sensitive, like he's really trying his best to advocate for a group of individuals who color the world in pink and purple and expect everybody to enjoy their colorings and their little paintings and all that. Nah, sorry.
we
Now,
have a
that's fine. You can
testosterone
think that if you
problem
like.
in this country.
Oh, you also mentioned my name and you
No,
said
I
love
said you were being.
Okay. You said I love. So what is your definition of being?
You were hitting on Myron nonstop.
Okay.
I
So
feel very uncomfortable. Thank you.
let me be very clear on that.
Can you blame him?
I don't have a fetish for bigots or grifters, okay?
that's why you dated
So,
MAGA. That's why you dated a MAGA girl.
Number two, for you to assert that I am actually defending women and that I think they should be equal to men and they have the intellect to not,
You're
excuse
doing
me,
it
I'm
out
not
of
done yet.
emotion.
To be in the kitchen like Myron thinks, instead of having a job and having a career and being able to live their life they lives, if you think that women are a second-class citizen, then you're a and I want you to deport it to Gaza.
Ooh,
and
why
and that's a
Gaza?
better opinion.
Wait, why
That's a better
Gaza? So she
opinion,
can get
right?
blown
I'm
up
supposed to
by
feel
Israel?
that's a better opinion.
Your man is extremely emotional and extremely sensitive. I can already tell what type of people he's around on a regular basis. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it there. That whole conversation was cringe. Y'all don't have to name call. You don't have to body shame. I mean, the first woman calling herself high value and then Farrah trying to act like first of all, I don't believe you were a virgin until you 26, my nigga. And then all of a sudden, after 26, you decided that you want. How do you go from being a virgin at 26 to jumping right into OnlyFans? That's crazy as fuck. Do y'all agree, disagree with anything that was said here?
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sign flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is brand new plane. If you get it messy,